What is up, everybody? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to Everything Sense, a series where we break down all of your favorite players, personalities, anyone else you guys want. Just make sure to leave a comment down below who you want us to cover next time on Everything Sense. For this episode, guys, it's Doublelift, Everything Sense, TSM. And this all stems back to November of 2016. After a disappointing showing at 2016 Worlds with TSM, Doublelift announces he'll be stepping down from the team to focus on his streaming and take a break from competitive play. He also went on to state he wasn't as talented as people thought, and that his dominance came from huge amounts of study and practice, and he needed time away from the LCS to fight the burnout. Then many months later, in March of 2017, Team Liquid announced that Doublelift will return to competitive play by being their starting AD carry for the spring split. While most people expected this to be a temporary loan before returning to TSM, it did in fact lay the groundwork for what actually ended up being a long-standing relationship. Then in April, TSM announced that Doublelift would return after a summer promotional event to resume his spot and Team Solo Mid. Doublelift goes on to help Team Liquid qualify out of the summer promotion event, saving the team from getting relegated out of the LCS and even taking MVP honors in one of the wins. And the achievements did not stop there, as in the following months of August and September, the huge success did continue as Doublelift and TSM went on to win the Summer LCS playoffs as well as the regular season, and they also capped off the championship with a 3-0 sweep in the finals, this time against Cloud9. But to end the year in November, unfortunately enough, it was another disappointing early exit for TSM at Worlds, leading to more criticism that Doublelift was great in North American events, but could never actually get together and have success in big international tournaments. This criticism is one of the reasons later that month that TSM let Doublelift sign with Team Liquid as they looked for a shot caller with better success at Worlds. To kick off the year of 2018, after spending December talking about how he wanted to make TSM pay for their decision to replace him, Doublelift finally got his revenge in the first game of the spring split as Team Liquid dominated TSM for a quick Game 1 victory, with Doublelift recording 5 kills, of note because that was 4 more than the entire TSM roster.
I'm planning on just destroying them this whole year. I hope Team Liquid can have a perfect record against TSM, shit on them in the finals if they make it there. I want to absolutely demolish TSM's legacy and make sure that they regret that decision.
And unfortunately, in April of 2018, just days before the finals of the Spring Split Championship, news broke that Doublelift's brother, the man who had given Doublelift his first computer as a child, had attacked their parents with a knife, killing Doublelift's mother and seriously injuring his father. His team and community rallied around Doublelift during this tragedy, and Doublelift somehow went on not only to play in the finals, but actually led his team to a victory. This also made Doublelift the first player to ever win LCS titles with 3 different teams, following the tragic news. Then in that summer as well, they ended with another title for the Liquid roster alongside Doublelift after another dominant 3-0 win over Cloud9. However, just a month later, despite getting an early win in Worlds, Doublelift's team would again finish the familiar 9th to 12th place slot, leaving him open for more criticism about his international play. Then starting in March of 2019, Team Liquid and Doublelift would go on a massive tear, dominating the LCS by winning the spring and summer splits, but Doublelift would finally get some major international success after a second place finish at the Midsummer Invitational. But the success would come at a price, as by June, Doublelift was already complaining about the wear and tear and the possible burnout with the crammed schedule for League of Legends Esports. In September of that same year, pictures came out and finally featured Doublelift and TSM president at the time, Lena, hanging out together, leading to speculation they were dating. This would later be confirmed as the two would actually be shown more publicly with their relationship, with Lena even showing up on Doublelift's stream. But yet again, October of 2019 ended the same way for Doublelift as it did years before. With another disappointing 9th to 12th place finish at Worlds, Doublelift called out the entire North American meta, and you could see his frustration with the game and his team building.
I think it just says our region is really weak, and it actually says a lot, in my opinion, that I struggle really hard internationally, but then domestically, like, there's no competition.
In March of this year, Doublelift becomes the first player in history in the LCS to record 1,500 kills to go along with his crazy number of pentakills, firmly cementing himself as an all-time great in League of Legends. However, this same month also saw him benched by Team Liquid after Doublelift publicly admitted early on in the season to having a lack of motivation. This was the first sign of huge cracks forming between Doublelift and his organization.
So like weeks 1 through 4 of LCS, I was playing pretty whatever, pretty bad, and I think I didn't have my head in the game, and I wasn't like playing much solo queue, and I definitely didn't have like the right competitive attitude.
Still later in that same month, it was actually shots fired by Doublelift towards his own team, stating that the team had become a democracy with no one being able to lead or shot call, and Doublelift also being denied that right. And signs of his unhappiness and fatigue with the team only kept growing. Then in April, Team Liquid revealed they were actively trying to trade Doublelift's contract away, and TSM emerged as one of the frontrunners for that contract. A week later, TSM does in fact sign Doublelift, leading to some in the community like Thorn and Monte Cristo, amongst many others, to complain about the ethics of the situation where a team president was now dating one of her own players. And finally, in May of 2020, this year, some of the fears of Doublelift working for his girlfriend have now come true, as Lena accidentally was caught on stream, Doublelift's very own stream, talking about another professional League of Legends player, that being Dardoch, in a pretty negative light, mentioning that many teams out there do not want to pick the player up and potentially hurting his future prospect of being signed to any other team. Which also highlights another cause and a huge issue in League of Legends, that being the Player Association, currently led right now of the 5 board members, 3 of which come from TSM. Will they somehow represent Dardoch against their own organization, or, will he file a grievance against his own organization? But despite all of that, obviously an all-time great when it comes to League of Legends, has a crazy backstory of achievements and success, and I'm sure much to come as well. As per usual, I hope you guys all enjoy the story of Everything Sense, Doublelift, Everything Sense, leaving TSM, and then coming back to it makes for another great headline as well. I cannot wait to see what this guy does in the future. As per usual, you guys can leave a comment down below who you want us to cover next on Everything Sense. Until next time, drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll see you guys back here soon.